You know, at the time of recording this, there's already been an attempted coup in the United States. So at this point, I think 2021 is on a very good start. Alright, it's me, your boy, back at it again. Excuse me. So, as we know, in the last video, Simone did her 5 things that she learned from 2020, as well as a video on the 5 things that she wants to do, or the things that she's excited about for 2021. And yeah, I'm pretty much doing the same thing, except I'm only doing my top 3 of both, because I'm lazy, and I don't want to edit this video for that long, so we're going to make it short and sweet. As we know, 2020 was one of the worst years on Earth. There was a lot that went wrong. I don't think anybody expected 2020 to be that kind of year. I definitely didn't expect to get laid off. I didn't expect to not have really a 25th birthday. I expected to have a big wedding. That didn't happen. But ultimately, all you can do is roll the punches and learn and you know, think outside the box to make the year not as bad as it could have been. So I think all of us had to really pull on our creative strings to just make something out of a bad situation. I definitely would say I learned a lot, and I think I'm going to transfer all of that knowledge that I've learned from 2020 and transfer it into this year to make this year the best year possible. So really, I mean, if we're getting into it, I think the first thing I learned was to roll the punches. Like I said, a week after my birthday, my 25th birthday, I was laid off. And ultimately, there is that fear of, oh, what am I going to do? You know, how am I going to support myself as well as my family? You essentially have to just kind of find your way through the garbage and come out the other end as unscathed as possible. For me, I turned all my energy into focusing on my art. I started teaching myself how to animate, and I'm not good at it, but of course I'm just starting, so you gotta start somewhere. I got really into cartoons, and I really wanted to get back into drawing. I used to draw a lot. I used to doodle a lot as a kid, and I fell out of it when I went to high school, when I realized that drawing for cartoons isn't that cool when you're an artiste. So I was like, alright, screw art, I'm gonna make movies. You have to roll the punches to focus your energy on something good, to pretty much build yourself up to be better than you were before. I could have easily just like waited my depression. I mean, for a while, actually, I started drinking every day. Not every day, but like way too much. Because it was that thing of like, I don't have to go to work, and you know, I'm just gonna burn through my cash and stay inside and get drunk and watch Netflix. And a lot of people did that, and eventually, I think it just got boring. This video's just become rambling. I don't know how my wife did it. You have to just go with the flow. Some things are out of your control. Sometimes that's okay. It's okay for things not to work. Move on to the next thing. See if that works. That's what I learned in 2020, at least. The other thing I learned in 2020 was that, and Simone pretty much touched on it last video, but marriage is hard. Very hard. I like being married a lot. I love being married, and I love my wife. But there is a thing of too much time together. At the start of the pandemic, like, there was that like light of like, oh, we get to like hang out more and be in the house together and, you know, do whatever. But there comes a point where eventually you and your spouse are thinking to each other, I wonder if OJ had some good points. You know, maybe, I mean, he got away with murder. Maybe I can too. You start to lose your mind. And I've said this before, not on the show, but I've said it before to my family, where I said that period of going to work and being away from one another is very important. It gives you like a breathing moment. It gives you a moment to miss your spouse, to be like, to think about them outside of the house and say like, oh, I wonder if they're okay. Like, I hope they're doing all right. And then they come home and it's like, oh, yay, big celebration. Glad to see you're home safe. And it was work bad or was it good? If it sucked, it's okay. Let's go make some dinner and chill. Excuse me. But when you're stuck in the house all together, even if you're like working from home, your spaces are clashing, and eventually like being around each other can wear on you. And especially when you're first getting married, you know, there is that thing of like, oh, you want to be together all the time. But ultimately, sometimes you just want to really not see that other person's face for a while. I know there are many days where Simone's like, can you just be quiet? And I just don't know how to do that. Or days where I'm just like, do we have to be lovey-dovey? Or can I just focus on what I want to do rather than focus on your needs? And I had to learn how to balance that. I'm still learning. I'm really bad at it. These are things that I wish I knew going into my marriage. Now, granted, pandemic wasn't on the table. I don't think any of us expected a freaking pandemic to happen. But it is what it is at this point. And the third thing, and I think this one's very big for me. I think the third thing that I learned during 2020 is that people will like you for who you are. I gained a big following for being myself on Instagram and TikTok. more so on TikTok. For those who don't know, I have a TikTok handle, I am Mr. Hams, the same as my Twitter account. And pretty much on there, I just center my humor around rock or heavy metal, anything like that. And I kind of just did it for fun, just to make myself laugh. And eventually my following went from, I have 10 followers to now nearly 40,000. It is a consistent thing that I try to keep up to date with now, at least once a week. And I genuinely love it. And I think for me, what really makes me happy is that I'm making other people happy. I'm literally seeing people online who are black, who are metalheads, who are looking at me and saying, I didn't know a person like you or a person like me existed. Like other people like me who are like black and love metal. And I'm like, dude, they're everywhere. You just gotta look. For me, I think that just being myself has really elevated me to a point of happiness that I never knew I could get. I've met wonderful people in the metal scene. I've been featured in magazines, in articles. I've started a war with a band that wants my head on a spindle. But hey, you know, they're trash anyway, so who cares? Or like even like band members that I love, who have seen my work, but have seen my content and they recognize it. They think it's hilarious. It's very strange how all that happened just from me allowing myself to be me. I genuinely appreciate every single person that has pretty much kept me going at this point. But also like in general, like I've gotten into so many things. I got back into gaming a lot. I'm now Twitch streaming with my friends every Monday. I also have like a group of friends now that like really love the same things that I love, and we talk every day. We're always coming up with ideas and things that we want to do in the future, and I genuinely appreciate people that allow me to be me. And I can wholeheartedly say that my friends this past year have absolutely been in my corner, and my wife, like everyone, and my family. Like everyone has really pushed me and said like, keep doing your thing. You look like you're finally letting yourself be you, and don't stop. And I don't want to stop. I have no intention of stopping. I genuinely love this arc that I guess I'm on right now. I think it's great. All right, on to the next set of list. So this one is the top 3 things that I want to do, or the things I'm excited for 2021. For one, I am really excited to get back into making short films. I think that's the one thing that I severely missed. I haven't like directed a short film since I think 2014, 2015. It's been a really, really long time. Now, I've done like skits and stuff on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on TikTok or Instagram, but never something full-fledged. I have a script done. I have people who want to shoot it with me. We were planning on shooting it this month. I don't know if that's going to happen because we're already like halfway through the month. But I have people who want to help me out with this thing, and I'm really excited to do it. I plan on making a short film every couple months, maybe every other month. I've been focusing a lot on editing other people's videos, and some videos that I've done, like, you know, I'm working on my Twitch page, and I'm editing content for my friends on our YouTube page. That hasn't come out yet. It will come out. But I really want to get back into writing and producing my own stuff and putting that stuff out there. I think there's a genuine fear that I used to have where I was like, oh my god, what are these people going to think? But I think because of TikTok, because there are people who are genuinely entertained by the things that I want to make fun of, or the things that I want to say, or just anything that I find hilarious, I think that has given me all the confidence in the world to say, hey, I can do this. There are people who are worse than me doing this. Just go out there and do it. So I'm excited for that. I'm also excited to work on my marriage. I'm excited to help it grow and see what Simone and I make of it. I think it's going to be very different from what people expected marriage to be, or our marriage in general to be. But I'm excited for it to be different. I'm excited for it to be out of the box and weird. I don't want a traditional marriage, and I don't think Simone wants that either. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And I'm ready to see where that goes. And finally, last on the list, I think the other thing that I'm excited for is where I end up career-wise, really. I'm really excited to spend the next few months, like at least the beginning of the year, really honing into my skills, really stretching myself out to really further the amount of things that I can do. I really want to get into motion graphics. I really want to get back into animation. I want to be able to draw. I'm also like very curious about the art of making video games. I kind of want to see if I could somehow become a video game developer, maybe. I don't know, just to write a story. I don't know, maybe. I don't have a job right now. I can do anything. I really just want to entertain people. Like, I want to find any way possible to do that. Whether it starts from me just talking on YouTube and then building a following there, or TikTok, or whatever. I really just want to put myself out there and figure out where my career is going to go. Because right now, like, I'm happy where I'm at, but I want to go further. I want to do much more. And I think doing much more will really make my heart flutter. Make me feel real good. Mama, I don't feel so good. I don't know what that was. I feel like Simone's gonna watch this video and be like, you were just rambling, weren't you? And I'll be like, yes I was. I usually make vlogs with the script. I'm not good at just speaking. Ugh. This video's so bad. Well, I'm gonna cut it because this is the video we got. Anyway, 2021. Be all for the best. We started out with a coup once again, but hey, you know, we'll see where it goes from there. But ultimately, I think this year's going to be much better than last year. I pushing out nothing but positivity for what this year has to come. I think we're going to kill it. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be fun. We're still in the pandemic. Don't forget that. Wear a freaking mask. But ultimately, do your thing. Make yourself happy. Alright. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this video should be shared to everyone, apparently. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell to notify you every time we put out a video. And, I'll see you next time Simone's around. Oh, she's gonna hate this one.